Hello and welcome back, or welcome if you're new. If you're new here, my name is Elena. I'm the homeschooling mama to 3 kiddos. Here on the channel, we talk about everything from homeschooling to homemaking, all the things in between. Today, we're going to get into my prayer journal or war binder or whatever you call it. It kind of has that iridescent foiled cover on here. This cover is so old. This is from like a 2018 or something. I'll link the video for you where I put this together, but we're going to dive in. So I wanted to create a sort of guided journal, and I thought this would be a great place to put it in because this is I keep it at home journal, and I do scripture journaling in here, and I don't know if you'd call it scripture journaling, but I have a couple videos up where I just kind of put thoughts in and things, and then in the updated version, I think I explained what this prayer section was for and how I use it. And so I'm going to keep that in there too. But as I was looking through in here, I decided that there's a couple of things that I want to kind of get ready for the new year as well. So let's just do all the things in here today. So as you can see here, I had the Bible recap. This was from the year before last. I did the Bible recap. If you've not heard of this particular, it's a podcast and a reading plan, and I think they have a prayer journal now, and they have books and all kinds of stuff. I will link the website for you down below, but essentially you are reading the Bible every day, and there is a small podcast that goes with it, and they do a recap of what the day's readings were. So it's really nice to hear somebody else's thoughts on it and to kind of have that feedback, if you will, for the day. So if you didn't fully understand, or if you just want a different perspective or something like that, then it's nice to hear the podcast as well. So I did this the year before last, and then what I did is every month I would color in a different color, the ones that I read for that month. So as you can see, some months I didn't get, so this would have been March, the green. I only got, it looks like maybe 17 days read in March, and so, but that was fine. Then I just kind of, sometimes I would play catch up, sometimes I wouldn't. I just colored it in as I was reading, and then I did a different color every month. I didn't do the reading plan for this year, but I think I'm going to do it for the following year. And so I went ahead and printed out, I printed out from their website the pages again so that I could get that set up. I printed it out and I shrunk it down to 82% so it would fit in the classic planner, but I printed it double-sided, and as you can kind of see here, I just used regular paper, but it doesn't line up the margins. So what I'm gonna do is just take some of these are extra pages that I had. I think this is from when like Aldi, the grocery store, had like their version of the disc-bound planner, and I'm just gonna cut it down. I ended up printing out the back side pages separately so I could cut it and glue it on here. Also, I can't find a few things. I can't find my Happy Planner punch, so I did find a different punch that we're going to be able to use, and I can't find my paper trimmer, so we're just going to go for it and use these tiny baby scissors I have here next to me, because I just want to get it in there. It doesn't need to be perfect. I think sometimes I can stop myself from doing things because I want it to be perfect, and then I never get it done. Okay, so I'm just going to use a regular old glue stick and glue this in. So now we kind of have them reinforced in here, and I can mark off the days that I read. This is not necessary at all, but I like having it in here. And if you like paper planners, you probably like things on print also. So I've got this done. This one here, I don't think I even realized that I had started filling in things. This was a printable from Print Pray Slay called Working on My Stack, and I think just anytime in a devotional or getting in the word or something like that, I would mark it off. I'm going to leave it here for now because, like I said, I only had the first 11 days, and then I even missed 2 days in there, but I'm going to leave it for now because there's not much filled out, but I can always print another one out too because that is a printable. So this is an old vision type board that I have put together. I am going to take this out and maybe we'll make a new one. I don't know. I can leave that in. I was just kind of journaling through what I wanted my mornings and evenings to look like. Yeah, we're gonna leave all that in, but let's get to a place that I'm calling my journal prompts, because I'm not creating a whole guided journal in here. I'm just creating some prompts in case I want to get in a journal, but I'm having a tough time getting started, or there's questions that, you know, I'm having a hard time asking myself. So what I did was I went on to Pinterest and things that I had saved, and I created labels out of some of these questions. So for instance, this page here, there was one of my friends, Yolanda King. I will link her website or a way to go her online in the description box below, but she asked in one of her, I believe it was Instagram stories, what would showing up 100% confidently in my spiritual gifting do for God's kingdom? What would I do, and how would that look? And I wanted to kind of journal on that a little bit more. And then some of these are just from, like I said, Pinterest. I looked up prompts and things, and then some are just things that I wanted to work through. So on this page, I had to write the lyrics and journal through the song, and I have a couple of songs that I really enjoyed. Already Won by Unspoken and You're a Better King by Brandon Murphy. And then, you know, just other things. What opportunities is God showing me in this season? And so I'm going to take these, and this whole thing won't fit in here, but also some of these are a lot bigger than what I need. So I think what I'll do is cut them down, punch this page in there. Next time, now I know I can use a smaller label sheet. I don't need to use such a big, such large labels. This label was the Avery 5162, in case you're curious. But I think also this might have been just the one that I had on hand. So again, just kind of using up, whoa, using up what we have. And the reason I'm going to leave it on the sticker paper, the label paper behind it, is because I'm not sure if I want to actually put this on to a piece of paper, if I want to put it on the paper when I journal, or if I'm going to want to just pick one and write it in so that I can use it over and over again. So I can either pull up the sticker, put it on the piece of paper, and then journal around it, or I can just see 10 ways God sees me, and I can write it on the paper and then journal it through and still have that prompt sitting there. So I'm not quite sure what I want to do. It'll all honestly just depend on the mood I think I'm in. I'm ready to journal. So I'm just going to cut some of these out. I just used that paper to kind of work as a template for this, so I can cut it down a little bit. Okay, like I said, I couldn't find my Happy Planner punch that I have, but I did find this We Are Memory Keepers punch. I have this in, I think when I unbound my Christian planner and put that in my catch-all, so I will link that in case you want to see it. But essentially this is a hole punch that you can use for lots of different. They have like regular ring punches, and then you can kind of fit it to size, and then they also have spiral and then a disc type punch. It doesn't line up perfectly, and the disc punch is not exact to the Happy Planner, but it's enough to make it work. That's the wrong size. That's my mistake. I was reading my hand notes instead of the notes they have on the back here. It's going to, I could do it on the other side, but I don't want to. So that's going to make it a little off, but let's see. Let's see how it works in here. And I can always, if I have another sticker sheet, recut it and do it, but since I have this out, we're just going to use this for now. And I didn't waste the extra label. I actually had a spare sticker sheet here, so I put that on there if I wanted to reuse those parts of the label. So I'm going to cut out more of these to fit on here, and then cross our fingers it fits in there. Okay, I think, yeah, I did actually. No, I have two other ones I like. I was gonna say I got them all to fit on one page, but I have two small ones here on the side that don't. I kind of just played Tetris with this and got it to fit, and I think I am going to put this all the way in the back just to have as a reference if I want to do it. I'm trying to decide if I want to put it back here or if I want to put it, I think here is a good spot under my last. Oh, and it does fit. Great. It's a tad wonky, but like I said, I could always use another sheet and re-punch it once I find the Happy Planner punch that goes with it. So as you can see, I just used old, what is the word? Dividers. This was a monthly divider. I could decorate this side, but I haven't, and some of them I have. So here I did end up putting a sheet of paper over the monthly side and having this. I just haven't done it on the other side here. So, but now I have these on here and they're ready to roll if I feel like I need a prompt or I want to dive in a little bit deeper. The other thing I was gonna say, or that I have, so I have sticker sheets that only have like a tiny bit of stickers on here. So I'm gonna move them over and use this sticker sheet. These tiny ones are so hard for me to find a place to use. And I know you can buy just reusable sticker sheets if you have the funds for that, but I have been trying to use up what I have this year, and also heading into next year, I really want to try to save. We've been trying for years to save up for a down payment, and it seems like every time we get a little bit saved, something happens, and it's just not what it turns out to be for. At one point, we were without a paycheck for almost 6 months. At another point, we ended up having to use it to move. It's just, you know, those things that happen, and so it's okay, because clearly that's not what God had those plans for. But we would really love to be able to have a more permanent spot, especially for our kiddos. This one doesn't want to line up. So, you know what? It's not going to be that big a deal. I think what I'm going to do is start at the top here. Oh, it didn't line up because this paper is not quite the right size. That's user error, not the hole punch error. So I think what I'm going to do is cut here, because I only need 2 prompts to put on there. And these are more prompts that I am going to use, or I see myself using more frequently, and I didn't want to create a new label, not yet anyways. I may end up just making a lot of labels if I find that I use this prompt a lot. But this prompt, basically, the first one says, what happened objectively? What did it mean? How would I comfort a friend I loved if this happened to them? And how is this the best thing that has ever happened to me? So kind of reframing something that happened to you, and maybe you're thinking negatively on it, or if you're like me, you just keep replaying it and it's just not helping you at all. So this is kind of a way to reframe it and take an objective look at it. The other thing is daily reflections. What excited me? What drained me of energy? what did I learn, what are 10 things I'm grateful for, and how did I push the needle forward? So just things, like I said, if I want to get in a journal, but I feel like I'm stuck a little bit, these can kind of prompt me and push me forward. So I'm going to put that in there too. And so now I may put some washi on the side here. In fact, I think I will. Well, it doesn't have to be. It could just be whatever washi we have. So I am going to use this. And I don't know if I finished the thought. I guess I'll find out when I'm editing. But I'm using up what we had this year. And for next year, I'm going to do everything that we can, God willing, to save up, because we have, you know, a big savings goal that we want to, God willing, reach. And so I want to use as much as we can and just cut the budget wherever we can. We run a pretty tight ship as it is, finding out things, but I don't know. I guess you could always find room for more, maybe, right? Probably be easier if I just took it right out of the book. And it makes it a little easier to turn the page. This one's not so bad because it's cut a little crooked, but that's in there. So now, like I said, when I'm ready and I want to one of these things, if I want to dive deeper into something, it is ready and prepped for me to go. Back here, I just have blank pages, or the blank horizontal layout. So yeah, this planner I think is from 2018. And this is kind of what I used these extra strips for, why I didn't waste them, because I use it a little bit as whiteout to cover up the dates sometimes, because sometimes I decorate. Let me see if I have. I'm trying to see if I have one. Sometimes I'll just decorate and then have it blank and ready to roll. Sometimes I won't. Yeah, so sometimes I'll prep a couple pages at one time. Other times I won't. I'll just go in and start journaling. These pages are just next to me, so, or the labels, I might as well. That's kind of what I'll do, is I'll go in and maybe just decorate a couple pages, try to cover up the dates and stuff. And then, like I said, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just leave it and start writing away like I did here. I started just writing without having pages prepped, but sometimes I want them, sometimes I don't. So that's it. Thanks for hanging out with me and getting it kind of set up, a little bit more set up, a little set up for next year. And then this, I have been meaning to do this tiny project with the putting some prompts and stuff into it for a long time, quite a few months now. So I'm glad I finally did it. This was just a project I wanted to do. I'm just toying around with if I want them on label sheets. You don't, of course, have to do label sheets. You could do smaller label sheets and put them in there. You could always just print it onto a piece of paper and have that in there if you wanted to rewrite the journal prompts for yourself or something like that. But it's just where I got started with, again, using up what I have, and I like it. I just thought I'd walk you through, since it was a little project that I had wanted to start and get done, and now it is. So thanks for coming along with me and getting it done. I really appreciate you spending your time with me. And as always, if you don't know, or maybe you just need a reminder, maybe the one to tell you that you are deeply and truly loved and so, so appreciated. Thank you so much for watching.